Dreams aren't just dreams. Sometimes they're glimpses into something we were never meant to see. In 1999, a little-known illustrator, Japanese illustrator, released a strange and haunting manga called The Future I Saw. It didn't make headlines, but maybe it should have. Buried in its hand-drawn pages were 15 dreams, prophetic, disturbing. Each one tied to a specific date, and each one has come true. Earthquakes, tragedies, a global pandemic. One by one, the visions unfolded exactly as she saw them, exactly when she saw them. Now only one dream remains. The final dream is marked for 5 a.m., July 5th, 2025. What did she see? A warning? A disaster? The end of something? Or the beginning? This is the true story of a forgotten manga and the terrifying prophecy still waiting to unfold. Buckle up. You're about to step into one of the most unsettling, unsolved mysteries ever published in Japan. Let's dive in. Ryo Tatsuki began her career as a manga artist in the 1970s, but it was her dreams that set her apart. In 1999, she published The Future I Saw, a manga detailing 15 prophetic dreams. The book didn't have a big launch. It wasn't popular. It didn't sell millions of copies. But inside that quiet book was something strange and unforgettable. Ryo said she had experienced 15 dreams. Not just ordinary dreams, but ones that felt real, strong, powerful. So powerful, she decided to draw each one exactly how she saw it in her sleep. The drawings were simple, just black and white sketches, not detailed, not colored, but each one had two things: the date of the dream and what she saw happening. They were quick scenes, an earthquake, a fire, people in panic, no extra words, no deep meaning, just a dream and a date. And then, those dates started to match real events. Nobody noticed the book, but dream after dream kept lining up with real disasters. Floods, fires, and human tragedies, all down to the exact date. Coincidence? That's what people thought, until it kept happening. On March of 2011, Japan was shaken to its core. A massive earthquake struck off the northeastern coast, triggering a towering tsunami that swallowed entire towns. Streets turned into rivers. Homes were swept away in seconds. Thousands of lives were lost. It was one of the darkest days in Japan's modern history. As the world mourned, someone, somewhere, remembered an old manga, a strange little book published back in 1999. The Future I Saw. They dusted off a copy, and what they found sent a chill through their spine. There it was, a sketch. Simple, black and white, a giant wave crashing into a city. People running, buildings breaking apart, and in the corner of the page, the numbers 3.11, the exact date of the tsunami, March 11th. The coincidence was impossible to ignore. The internet lit up. Whispers turned to panic. People began hunting down the manga, desperate to see what else it had predicted. As more readers examined the pages, they started comparing the dreams to real-world events, and the pattern became terrifyingly clear. 12 of the 15 dreams had already come true. Not sort of, not close enough. Exactly. A major quake in 2000, a mysterious fire in 2001, a war in 2003, a pandemic in 2020, all drawn years before they happened, all dated exactly right. People began asking, who is this girl? Who is Ryo Tatsuki? How did she know? But when they searched for her, all they found was a name. No interviews, no photos, no public appearances. Even the address listed in the original manga turned out to be fake. Imposters appeared online, claiming to be her. Fake accounts, false interviews, but none could prove they were the real Ryo Tatsuki. She had disappeared, almost like she was never real to begin with. Then in October 2023, something unexpected happened. After more than 20 years of silence, Ryo Tatsuki came back. She quietly released a new version of her book, still titled The Future I Saw, but this time, it was more detailed, more personal. For the first time ever, she revealed parts of her life she had kept hidden for decades. Inside, she wrote that she lives in Yokohama and that she was born on December 2nd, 1954. Her dreams, she explained, didn't start in adulthood. They began when she was just 9 years old. In her dreams, a strange man with white hair would appear. He didn't say who he was, but he always came with messages, dark ones. He showed her events that hadn't happened yet, future tragedies, deaths, disasters. Her first unforgettable dream came in 1976. In the dream, she saw a man singing on a big stage. The lights were bright and the crowd was cheering. But then, something shocking happened. The man suddenly collapsed during his performance. She knew who the man was. It was Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of Band Queen. She thought no one would believe her if she talked about it. So she stayed quiet. Instead, she drew what she saw in her journal. A simple sketch of a man on stage and some people with cameras filming the scene. Then many years later, on November 24th, 1991, Ryo turned on the TV. The news was everywhere. Freddie Mercury, the famous singer from Queen, had passed away. The world was shocked and heartbroken. As she kept watching, something else appeared on the screen. Fans and filmmakers were already working on a tribute movie about Freddie's life. They were recreating scenes of his final moments, using lights, cameras, and actors. And that's when it hit her. She ran to her old journal and found the sketch she had drawn 15 years ago. It showed exactly what she was seeing now on TV. A film crew, a stage, and a man being filmed. Just like the tribute to Freddie Mercury. She didn't dream about his death directly. She dreamed of how people would remember him. That moment made her realize her dreams were real, and they were predicting things in ways no one could explain. After the Freddie Mercury dream, more dreams started coming to her. She didn't understand how or why, but they kept appearing. Some came true 5 years later, some 10, and some after 15 long years. But one thing was clear, they always came true. She never told anyone. She didn't want attention. She just kept drawing everything in her journal, quietly, patiently, like someone waiting for the pieces to fall into place. Then came one of her most haunting dreams. On the night of August 23rd, 1992, Ryo dreamed that she was inside a dark tunnel. Everything was quiet until she noticed a photo on the tunnel wall. It was the photo of a woman, a gentle face, a kind smile, and underneath it, a name was written in clear letters. Diana died. Just as she read the name, a loud sound hit her ears, a sharp, terrifying metal crash. It echoed through the tunnel. Then silence. She woke up shaken. She had no idea what it meant. She had never met anyone named Diana. Still, she drew what she saw, a tunnel, a woman's photo, the name, and a metal crash. She closed her journal and moved on, but the dream stayed with her. Then 5 years later, on August 31st, 1997, the world woke up to heartbreaking news. Princess Diana had died in a car crash, inside a tunnel, in Paris. She had been running from paparazzi. The exact crash Ryo heard in her dream had become real. The photo, the name, the tunnel, it all matched. It had been there in her dream 5 years before it happened. After that, the dreams changed. They became darker, heavier, no longer just about famous people. Ryo started seeing natural disasters, earthquakes, volcanoes, floods, big events that could destroy entire cities. And once again, they started coming true. On January 2nd, 1995, she had another strange dream. This one was different, more intense. In the dream, she felt the ground shaking violently. Buildings cracked, roads split open, dust filled the air. When she woke up, she didn't just draw the dream. She wrote a message under the sketch. One short sentence. Something will rupture in 15 days from January 2nd, 1995. She didn't know exactly where or what would happen, but she felt it, strong and clear, as if someone had whispered it into her mind. And then, it happened. Exactly 15 days later, on January 17, 1995, a massive earthquake hit Kobe, Japan. It struck early in the morning, while people were still sleeping. Buildings collapsed, highways fell. Over 6,000 people lost their lives. It was one of the deadliest earthquakes in Japan's history. When the news came in, Ryo opened her journal. There it was, her dream, the warning, and the exact date, written 2 weeks before the disaster. Another dream, another tragedy. Another chilling proof that Ryo Tatsuki was seeing something no one else could. After the Kobe earthquake happened, just as she predicted, she decided she couldn't keep the dreams to herself anymore. So in 1999, she published a small manga titled The Future I Saw. At first, no one paid much attention. The book stayed unknown. But over the next 20 years, something strange happened. One by one, the dreams began to come true. Her final dream is the most terrifying of them all. It's dated clearly in her book, 5 a.m., July 5th, 2025. This time, Ryo Tatsuki drew a scene deep under the ocean, between Japan and the Philippines. A massive crack runs across the seafloor. It looks unnatural, like the earth itself is splitting apart beneath the waves. Next to it, she wrote, "The tsunami will be 3 times bigger than 2011. That line alone is enough to freeze you." The 2011 tsunami was one of Japan's deadliest disasters, flattening cities, killing over 20,000 people. But this would be worse, much worse. But the dream didn't end there. In her sketch, the ocean is boiling, steam is rising from the waves, and then, from the depths of the sea, 2 enormous dragons emerge. Not real dragons, more like shadowy, powerful shapes, twisting, rising into the sky. And then came the sound, a deep, deafening explosion, louder than thunder, strong enough to shake the sky. Some believe the dragons are symbols, maybe of nature's fury or ancient forces being awakened. Others think they might represent dual eruptions, an underwater volcanic explosion and a powerful earthquake happening at the same time. The sea boiling, the explosion, the dragons, all pointing to a disaster unlike anything we've seen before. And the most chilling detail? She didn't say where exactly, no coordinates, just the date and the time, 5 a.m., July 5th, 2025. We don't know for sure if these predictions will come true. They might be just stories, visions from a creative mind. Our goal isn't to cause panic, but to share a mysterious tale that has fascinated many. No one knows exactly what will happen on July 5th, 2025, maybe nothing at all. So stay informed, stay safe, and most importantly, stay hopeful. If you enjoyed uncovering this mystery with me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our community of curious minds. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.